Hey guys, and welcome back to Contrepreneur. A couple of weeks ago, my mom and I attended High Point Market. So if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna tell you all about it in this video. So we went to scout some vendors for our new business, which I keep hinting at, but I'm not really giving you any details about, which I know is super frustrating, but I promise all of that information is forthcoming. You'll get it soon, not in this video, but very soon, I promise. And obviously the fact that we went to High Point Market will give you some guesses as to what we are up to, but I promise there is more than meets the eye. So all of that coming soon. But the idea for one aspect of this particular business has been ruminating for a while now. So we actually went to High Point last year, but the idea was still pretty nebulous. We didn't have a space, so there wasn't a whole lot we could accomplish the first time around. But this year we went back in with a lot more direction, a lot more clarity, and a physical space, which is a big deal. So we were able to get a lot more accomplished. And so I did a ton of vlogging while I was there, and I want to just walk you guys through the process. So if you are unfamiliar with High Point, it is a town in North Carolina, and High Point Market is the largest furniture or home furnishings market in the whole world. We talked to some locals, and one guy was telling us that the economic effect of the market on High Point is comparable to like multiple Super Bowls a year. So that should give you an idea of how huge High Point Market is. So High Point attracts all kinds of design industry professionals, from designers to retailers to, of course, all of the exhibitors and vendors who were there. It lasts days. I'm not even exactly sure how long it lasts. We got there Friday and we stayed through Monday morning. The first thing we did on Friday was attend a panel at a pop-up building called The Point on Commerce. The panel was all about how to strategize and plan for High Point, since there is so much to navigate. They gave us tips on which showrooms are designer friendly, whether or not they recommend making appointments with reps, which showrooms had the best bars, which definitely piqued my interest, and just all kinds of other details about how to get from point A to point B at High Point.
Hey guys, we are here at High Point Market. Cheers! Hasn't officially started yet, so we're kind of just doing a little pre-market fun. So we came to a panel today, actually in this space, that was talking about kind of how to execute on your High Point Market plan and how to find vendors that are designer friendly, and that was pretty cool.
It can be overwhelming here, so
It is.
It's nice to hear the voices of experience.
It just goes by like a blur. There's so much energy, so much going on. Everyone is running everywhere.
And it's huge. I mean, it's a whole town.
An entire town.
Showroom after showroom after showroom.
So today we kind of just got our bearings. After we came to the panel here, we got some food, and then we got some drinks. And we
Maybe a couple more drinks.
And we actually had a really good kind of brainstorming, strategy, planning session, idea session over drinks. So even though we didn't see any vendors necessarily, it was still a really productive, cool time. Time that we don't really get at home, just because so much is usually happening at home and we're being pulled in so many directions.
You have to leave town to actually speak to each other.
We really do. So market kind of closes down for the day around 5, 6. So we headed back to the room with the original panel.
Let's show everybody what's going on. Yeah.
So
We're at the Point on Commerce.
Yeah,
It's
the
a really
Point
fun
on
tent
Commerce,
that
yes.
was designed just for this market.
No, not
Yes.
Terry. Where's Mike?
I think Terry.
Not Terry. Not Terry, but someone else who's in this room.
I think it was Terry.
Was it Terry?
Hi.
It was Terry.
Yes. I did.
Terry made it happen.
I made it. Hi.
And the designer was
Christy. Christy was the
yeah.
designer.
Christy
So
Barber.
you work with Christy, right? You're in a
I do.
vlog right now. I hope you see
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome to YouTube. So yeah, they put together this awesome space. So there's just a little aftermarket event happening here. There's a local brewery. So we're just enjoying the party.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll check in with you guys later.
So, back to which showrooms have the best bars. This is important because just about everywhere you go, they are slanging free drinks, which is why I confused poor Terry with a non-existent person named Mike. Bless his heart. It's fine. It's fine.
Reason, and you know the reason why you try to put on those ass and act real cool, but you got to realize.
So they also have live music every night, or at least most nights, of High Point on like a big, legit stage. And Friday night, my mom and I danced in the rain. But for real, it was pouring the rain, and we made some friends, and we danced our asses off. It was great fun. So as you have probably surmised, I'm not sure. As you have gathered, Friday was a bit more casual, but we had more structure going into Saturday, and we took like the first hour, maybe even 2 hours that morning to strategize how we were going to spend our time for the next 2 days. We ended up meeting with our Airbnb mates, my mom's good friend Pam and her team at the Verellen showroom to start the day on Saturday. Also, shout out to Pam for making our entire High Point trip possible by thinking ahead and overbooking so that the stragglers like me and my mom could join.
Hey, Mom. Nothing to say?
Oh, you're filming me?
Yes.
Nope, not a thing.
Okay, guys, so we are at Verellen right now. Got some lunch. Mine is called the Chanel salad, and this is the Fungus Among Us flatbread, which looks delicious.
Many fungi.
Fungi,
Fungi.
funguses.
Yes.
So Verellen was gorgeous, and the quality of their furniture is just astounding. Next, we went to a panel in a building called the Glass House, and the panel was moderated by Kelly Lamb, the editor of Rue Magazine, and Bobby Burke from Queer Eye.
Decor Spain, you get a lot of inspiration. They have a totally different point of view from us here in the US, and that's super inspiring to me.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of international accounts. I actually don't even know the names of them because I end up going down the rabbit hole where you'll find one, and then you can click down and see like the other ones that are like it. But a lot of like Australian ones, like EST Magazine is really good. But a lot of foreign ones are the ones where I'm always like, that's a really cool idea, or like, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. My favorite is probably Axel Borg, Locked In. And you?
Bobby Burke.
There's a great account I follow called Meanwhile in Melbourne. There's another one, Scandinaviast. Two ones that inspire me a lot. Two ones that didn't make sense. Two that inspire me a lot.
So I have to stop and tell this story. I, like everyone else in America, love Queer Eye, love Bobby, and cannot literally get through an episode of Queer Eye without sobbing. So the next day, I actually get to meet Bobby totally by chance. We had been in a showroom for hours, and just as we were leaving, he and his team walked in. Now remember, High Point equals drinks, so at this point I'm like 4 glasses of white wine deep. So I'm in conversation, only like, halfway paying attention to my surroundings, when Bobby walks in and I see him and I just like naturally like wave. Like my brain was like, oh, you know him. And so I realized what I had done and then I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I just waved to you like I know who you are. Like, oh, hey, there's my good friend Bobby. And so we laughed and laughed, uproarious laughter, and he came over and gave me a hug, and we talked for a few, and now we text like every day. Okay, I'm just kidding, we don't text, but all the rest of it is true.
The next big thing, what have you seen this market that is about to take over?
Burlwood.
Burlwood.
It's our drinking game this market. Every time we see him in a showroom, we're like, oh, we have to drink again.
I know. Can we get somebody to pass out some shots?
So that panel was really fun and casual and more like transparent, I guess, than some other panels I have seen in my day. All of the designers were really transparent about what they like and what they don't like, and that was really refreshing and interesting. I also sort of met Kathy Kuo. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but I saw her before the panel started, and I honestly didn't know who she was, but I saw her like slaying that pale blue power suit, and I told her that I liked her outfit. So lots of brushes with fame over the High Point Market experience.
Hey guys, we are enjoying some margs in the cheers. Spicy. We are in the Cisco showroom right now. Earlier today, we went to a panel discussion with some designers that Bobby Burke from Queer Eye and Kelly Lamb, the editor of Rue Magazine, moderated. That was a lot of fun.
Some great designers on the panel.
Some great designers, yeah.
We actually learned something.
We did, yeah. It was like a really open, kind of more authentic feeling panel. Some cool personalities.
Yeah.
But now we must work.
So here we had to stop filming because the Cisco rep that we had been waiting to meet with was ready to show us around. We had honestly no idea that Cisco was even having a party in the showroom. We just kind of stumbled upon it because we wanted to check Cisco out. So they were having a really fun party. Cisco, the owner, was actually there with lots of members of his family, and there were tacos and margs and plantains and just like all the delicious food. And while we were there, we ended up meeting some other really cool people. So first we talked to Patty, who is a global trend and color ambassador in the industry, which is just like such a cool title to have. And she was a really cool, interesting person. And then we actually met Lori. I probably should have figured out how to pronounce these people's names before I recorded this video, but Paranjape, I'm not sure how you say her name, but she was in the Bobby Burke panel earlier in the day, and my mom and I had really enjoyed watching her and actually like talked about it afterward. She was really full of personality and just seemed like a really cool person, and she's based in Nashville, which is not too far from Lexington. So she was really cool and down to earth, and she took some time to kind of explain her business model and why that works so well for her. So it was really interesting to get those different perspectives on the industry and just talk with some cool people at the Cisco party. So Sunday was definitely our most productive day. There were some vendors we had seen the previous year that we really liked but just weren't really in a position to work with yet, so we wanted to go back and scope them out. So we wanted to see Salamet and we wanted to see Gus. And what I really love about High Point is that you actually get to interact with the owners of these companies, like Shannon from Salamet and Amanda from Gus, and also shout out to our super cute rep Shelby from Gus. So something that is really important to us is sustainability. So we were seeking out brands who also make sustainability a priority. So Gus and Salamet both do that well. Salamet uses a lot of rattan, and rattan is naturally renewable, and I'm no expert, but I think that the way that it is harvested is a lot less destructive than other types of wood. And then Gus, all of the wood that they use is FSC certified, which is a pretty big deal. It's a pretty serious standard. And they use something called PET fill for a lot of their cushioning. And it's actually made from recycled plastic water bottles, which doesn't sound like it would be very comfortable, but it is like seriously so soft and feels amazing. So in conclusion, we came away from High Point with some really great vendors and made some really great connections. And I'm just so excited to show you guys what we're up to and what we found at Market. And I hope that this video gave you some insight into like what you could expect if you were to go to High Point. My dog is being so loud. She's dreaming. And she sounds like, honestly, a warthog. Like, can you hear that? Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see similar content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Contrepreneur.